Hello and welcome back. This is the Clay Golem. This is Foundry VTT and this is Curse of Strahd. Progress has been a bit slow, at least from your perspective, but I promise you I've not been lazy. No, we're not that lazy, honest. So there is a new release of the Curse of Strahd out, 0.3. There's not huge amounts of updates from your perspective with regard to scenes and things, but we have made some fairly big changes with the structure underlying the way the modules put together. Now what I mean by that is when we're in and around Vallaki, the player party are constantly in and out of the Blue Water Inn across multiple different arcs when they're hanging around that particular town. And the previous way we had it was we ended up with multiple copies of scenes and multiple copies of maps that was blowing out the size of the overall module, slowing down update times, slowing down loading times, and it wasn't very efficient. So I've done a lot of work in the background. This is the end of my third day of doing nothing but sorting this out. I only took a little break to do the previous video that was released earlier today. So it's been an awful lot of work. So if you've got it already installed and you click the update button, it will update to this latest version for you. It will fix a few of the little holes, a few missing images and things like that you had before, but it will duplicate some of your scenes. So I just wanted to do a little video to show you what is slightly different with it. The way it is now structured, when you bring in, should have had this up, there it is. So when you bring it in and you go to your Curse of Strahd, you get all of these. They won't come in as their own individual folders only. They are also within extra folders for the different acts. So you've got this main on the right hand side, the main Curse of Strahd scenes, Act 0, which includes Into the Mists, my introduction with the landing page. And then Act 1, you've got Arc A, B and C, and this is aligning with Dragna Carter's Strahd Reloaded, where it's broken down into the acts and then into the arcs within that. So what that means is that we stop with the repetition of different maps all the time. Yes, it's a different scene, but it's using the same map, the same image, so we only need that map and image once. Particularly when we get to the Shadowed Town. And in Arc D, we've got the stockyard, we've got the Blue Water Inn. The Blue Water Inn? It's called the Blue Water Inn, isn't it? In the Missing Vistani, we've got the Burgomasters, we've got the Blue Water Inn, we've got the stockyard again. And then you go to the Lady Watchers, and we've got the Watcher House, we've got the Burgomasters again, we've got the Blue Water Inn again. So we've got lots of scenes that repeat because the characters return lots of times to them. So that's what I mean about it being inefficient. So what you'll find is if you are updating what you've already got, you will have the original folders with the Arc A, B, C and D, and then you'll have additional folders with the act folders with the new versions in there. So it might look a really bit messy for you. If you're part way through playing, what I would suggest you do is anything you've got coming up that you've not prepared. So for example, if your guys are in the mists at the moment, get rid of any of those Arc D onwards and use the newer version because they are updated, they are a bit neater. I've just noticed the one we're on at the moment, I haven't made the grid transparent, so the little bit of grid on there, there's still a little few things like that. But if you're not actually mid-game, I would probably suggest that you delete all of the scenes that you've got. If you're not in mid-preparation, delete all of the scenes you've got in there and just re-pull them in using each of these just by importing adventure, and then it will pull those in again and give you a much neater, tidier, fresh start on that. Now, when we look at the actors, this was another thing where we had the same actors cropping up again and again and again, and we ended up with duplicates of them all over the place. Well, I've got away with that. So now Act 0 has all of the actors that you need. Act 1, all of the monsters for Act 1 are together in the same place. All of the NPCs you need for Act 1 are together in the same place. And then for Act 2, because again, at the Blue Water Inn, it appears in multiple arcs, but they're all within the same act. and you've got not just the maps, but you've got the same people in there. So Act 2 now has a complete list of all the monsters that you are potentially going to need. They're already placed into the scenes for you, but also the NPCs. There's loads of them. So they're already in there ready for you to go, so you don't need to worry about it. For all of the entire of Act 2, all your NPCs are ready, and your Strahd's forces that you'll need for running that entire act. So again, probably the best way for most of you approaching this is, yeah, read the module. Of course, read the module. Make sure you know what's going on, but just pull in and go, right, we're going in Act 0. Just pull in the landing page and intro, maybe the Death House if you're using that. Then call in the village of Barovia and maybe the intro into the valley. So, you know, don't pull everything in all at once. I would just pull in the bits kind of as you get to them. It also means if there's any little tweaks and things that I do to things like remove the grid, by the time you pull that in, there'll be an update for it. So where do you get this? For those of you, some people, you might not have seen any of these videos. You might be new to the channel and you're not sure what the hell I am going on about. So this is available on GitHub. There is a link to this. I will put this in the comments, or in the description for this video below. And all you need to do is use that. How do you use that? For those who do not know, if I come back to my Foundry page here and I go to my add-on modules and I choose to install a module, there is a manifest URL here. You paste, not in there, you paste it down here and then you click install, and that will install the latest version. So if you haven't got it at all, that's the way to do it. If you've already got it, like I've got it installed here, you're just going to click update and it will update and bring in the version 0.3. That's the one we're on right now. Just so you're aware, I am in my secondary 2024 server world. Confusing. So this is not the world that I built it in. So I'm in a completely different world playing with 4.0. You will have seen that in previous videos. So I've wiped this one completely and I've reported everything in for this. So it's the best way that I can check everything is working. But of course, if you do spot any little issues like this grid is showing and you think it shouldn't be, or if you've got any missing images, you shouldn't have those now. You really shouldn't. But if you do, please let me know. Either drop it in the comments of this video or any of the Strahd videos, and just let me know and say, hey, by the way, I found this little thing. Most of them now are really easy to fix, because it's a case of fix it in one scene and it fixes it in all the scenes. So it's really easy, much easier to fix and maintain now. So yeah, just a bit of an update. But of course, this update also, just so you're aware, it does complete Act 2. So we've got Snowy Scene here because this is part of the Walls of Korezk, and that is now completed. So if we just quickly whiz over to Dragna Carter's Curse of Strahd module, I'll just wiggle that about to make you feel seasick, sorry about that. Into the Mist is completed. The Shadowed Town is now completed, and we're onto the Broken Land. We've already got a whole bunch of these things ready to go. So, like I say, link in the comments, in the description below. Thank you for watching, and take care, everyone. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.